Tracked down and confronted Lyft driver that stole my AirPods. I was visiting my friends Matt and Sarah in Chicago for the weekend, and we went out to this bar downtown, like one of those places with the sticky floors and drinks that cost way too much. We were having a great time until around midnight when we decided to call it a night. I ordered a Lyft back to Matt's apartment and climbed in the back seat. The driver seemed normal, didn't really talk much, just had some podcast playing quietly. When we got to the apartment, I thanked him and headed inside. The next morning, I woke up and couldn't find my AirPods anywhere. I checked my pockets, my backpack, under the couch cushions. Nothing. Then it hit me. I must have dropped them in the Lyft. I pulled up the app and sent a lost item report to the driver. "Hey, I think I left my AirPods in your car last night. Can you check?" He responded pretty quickly. "Nope, didn't find anything. Checked the whole car." I was annoyed, but whatever. I figured maybe they fell out on the street or something. I went back home to Detroit and just accepted that my AirPods were gone, until 2 days later when I opened Find My iPhone out of habit. And there they were, online, actively being charged. I clicked on the location and watched as they moved across the city. They were driving around like a driver would. This guy straight up lied to me and stole my AirPods. He was using them right now. I'm normally not the type to start drama over stuff like this, but something about how brazen this was made me so angry. He looked me in the eye through a message and lied when I knew he had them. I had that next weekend free and Matt and Sarah were down to help me get them back. So 2 weeks after the original ride, I drove back to Chicago. We spent all Saturday tracking the AirPods on Find My like we were hunting down a criminal. We followed the little green dot as it moved around the city, through neighborhoods, past restaurants, along the highway. Finally, around 2 p.m., the dot stopped moving. It was at a Chuck E. Cheese. We pulled into the parking lot and I checked Find My again. The AirPods were definitely here. We walked around the parking lot until Find My showed we were right next to them. There was a silver Honda Civic, the same car from the Lyft profile picture. I looked at Matt and Sarah and said, "This is it." We walked into the Chuck E. Cheese and I went straight to the security guard at the front. I explained the whole situation, showed him the Find My app with the AirPods location, showed him the Lyft driver's profile picture. The security guard looked at the picture and goes, "Oh yeah, I know that guy. He's here with his family. Follow me." We walked past all these kids running around playing games and eating pizza. The security guard led us to this table near the back where a guy was sitting with what looked like his wife and 2 kids. The security guard pointed at him. I walked up to the table and my heart was pounding. The guy looked up at me confused. "Are you David?" He went pale, like all the color drained from his face. Yeah? You stole my AirPods." I showed him Find My on my phone with the location dot literally on top of where we were standing. His wife looked at him with this horrified expression. His kids were just staring. He started stammering. I didn't. I interrupted him. "They're in your car right now. I can see them on my phone. Let's go." The entire family had to get up and walk through Chuck E. Cheese with us. Past all the other families, past the kids playing games, everyone was staring. His wife was asking him what was going on and he wasn't saying anything. We got to his car in the parking lot and he unlocked it with shaky hands. He opened the center console and pulled out my AirPods case, handed it to me without making eye contact. His wife was yelling at him in another language. His kids looked embarrassed. I opened the case and sure enough, my AirPods. I looked at him and said, "You told me you didn't have them." He just stood there staring at the ground. I walked back to Matt's car and we drove away. The whole way back, Matt and Sarah were laughing about how awkward that was. How his whole family had to leave Chuck E. Cheese to watch him give back stolen AirPods. Part of me felt bad for embarrassing him in front of his kids, but then I remembered he stole from me and lied about it. Who does that?